Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trimmed with purple and weighed in officially at 128 pounds. Coming to us from Managua, Nicaragua, he is a veteran of 39 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Darwing Martinez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue, black, and gold, and weighed in officially at 124.6 pounds. Hailing from Mansfield, England, he is undefeated with 6 wins, 1 draw with 1 win, coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nico Lightning Leivars.
Gents, you both know the rules. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Well, here we go. Bout 3 of this 8-card undercard. Action-packed here in Nottingham. Darwing Martinez from Nicaragua in the white and purple shorts. And Nico Leivars in the blue with the yellow. Both fighters straight to the centre of the ring. And just before our mics are brought back in, my co-coms, Louis Edmondson's, pointed to Martinez and said, he's tough him.
He sure is, isn't he? And there's no shame in getting stopped by Andrew Kane, that's for sure.
Good work here to kick this round off from Leivars. Nice and relaxed, clearly. Just owning the centre of that ring, or attempting to anyway. Trying to keep busy with that jab, but I tell you what, the man from Nicaragua, he's sharp, and he looks confident, relaxed himself.
He's been there many times, isn't he? It's nothing new to him. Good shot there, good left hook around the side.
Good, tidy work there from Leivars. Aesthetically pleasing straight shots.
Very, very sharp.
Leivars trained by Grant Smith in the Steel City Gym. Of course, the home of Dalton Smith as well, Grant's son. Some good boxing out of there. Talent breeds talent and all that. But I tell you what, these two look relatively well matched so far, Louis.
He's games they come as he always is. He always gives it 100%, and he's not just there to roll over tonight, Darwin Martinez, but I think he's going to have his work cut out tonight.
Beautiful shots there from Leivars. Right hand to the body, right hook, and then just turn that uppercut straight from that right hook, and he did it well.
He's felt a few now. Lovely body shot there. Lovely uppercut.
Well, Leivars looked like he's complaining. I guess a headbutt there, Louis. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I think it was a head clash. Luckily, there's no cuts. Very good feet. Yeah, Leivars, in and out of range. Lovely.
He looks like he's meant to be in there. Does Nico Leivars. Just gently, just moving around that ring. Beautifully popping that jab out, and everything comes off of that jab. And he turns that left hook over lovely and really beautifully with the lead uppercut as well.
Right hand over the top there.
But one thing's for sure, and which is become apparent and clear in this opening round, Louis, is Leivars has got to be sharp, and he's got to have his wits about him, because a man from Nicaragua, he can match him when he wants to.
100%, he has to stay switched on at all times. I think it's fair to say he has the above, but Just stay switched on and they get the job done.
What do you think Grant Smith and the corner are saying to him in a moment?
I think it's early on, it's a six-rounder. I think he'll probably have another round like that. Then start going for the gears later on.
Well, that's what these fights are about. As you go up the rounds and you just get used to the 6-rounders and the 8-rounders, and eventually you make the 10s. And of course, if you're good enough to make the 12s, like my man to the right, then the apprenticeship will serve you well. And this is bout number 7 for Nico Leivars, and he will learn a lot from this, regardless of the outcome.
You see, regardless of the result, this Darwing Martinez loves every minute of it in there, doesn't he?
You've got to love these away corner fighters. They just travel around, not even Europe, just travel around the world, going to different people's backyards and have gloves and gum shield and get on with it, don't they? And there's so much to learn from them. And that's a really nice, sharp jab that Leivars has got. I don't know how quick it looks for you watching at home, but from a few feet away at ringside, it is sharp.
Try there from Darwing Martinez, just caught in the glove by Leivars. Lovely body shot. I think he's definitely starting to go for the gears now.
Tiny little boost of energy here in Nottingham, because Leivars just starting to have a little bit more success with those shots. Many of them in the previous round were just falling short or landed on the gloves. A few got through, but it just seems that he's just starting to have a touch more success here. Good left hand from Martinez, which landed on the right glove.
He's not here to roll over, that's for sure. But whatever Grant Smith and Dalton Smith said to him in the corner, he's definitely come out of a rocket.
Lovely left hook there from Leivars, timed it beautifully. And there was a shot downstairs as well, and he felt that one. That one, he's for certain. But he bites down on his gum shield and just tries to keep himself back in the fight there. And that was good work there from Leivars, who for a couple of straight shots upstairs and dipped his legs and threw that left hook to the body once again.
Oh.
Martinez just trying to sneak that lead uppercut.
Just wants to be careful going for the stoppage here sometimes with a tough guy like that. It's early on.
The last few seconds. It's been a solid round this for Leivars, who's put his shots together really well. But Martinez finishes the round strong and just reminds him he's still there, he's still live, and he's still a problem.
I think he switches off for a little bit, Darwing Martinez, and Leivars gains momentum, and then all of a sudden it bursts out, so he just needs to be a little bit careful with that.
What does Leivars need to be careful of when it comes to Martinez?
I think he's gaining some momentum, and he's winning majority of the round, then all of a sudden Darwing Martinez will burst out with a little spurt that seems to be landing sometimes, so he needs to stay switched on, even when the shot's coming back.
And I'll tell you what, I bet that's the information which Grant Smith and Dalton Smith and the team in the corner are giving Nico Leivars.
It's easy to get complacent sometimes when you're having a lot of your weight, and then boom, out of nowhere, with these little gloves sometimes that can be all it takes, so you need to be switched on.
All switched on. He's straight out the corner is Nico.
I think he's going to come out fast this round, Nico.
just pressurising Martinez onto the back foot, controlling in terms of the direction that his man's going. Don't know about you, Lou, but it looks like Martinez isn't coming out all guns blazing like he has beforehand. He seems quite happy to just be on his back foot 60-70% of the time.
Definitely, I think he knows.
Do you think he's been hurt?
I think he's been hurt around the body a little bit, and he's fully aware of how sharp his opponent is, so he's gone a little bit negative now. I think he might get a little breather, then have a little burst again, so we need to be careful with that.
And that's where it comes to that complacency which you were talking about, because it's easy to get like that when you're having your own way. But that was a really good body shot which came off the back of that straight 1-2. When he has a go, does Martinez, but it seems to just spur Leivars on each and every time that he has a tiny bit of success.
100%, just looks to wind him up a little bit.
Oh, lovely right hand there. That one really thumped.
Careful with that.
Martinez just trying to sneak that left hook behind the right glove of Leivars. The last few seconds of this third round, this one scheduled for 6. And Martinez being a bit negative there, which you picked up on in the opening round there. It's kind of changed the fight, hasn't it, really? Because I don't feel like Leivars is coming on like he was in the previous rounds. He seems like the type of fighter who needs fire to kind of match it.
Yeah, definitely, and sometimes it can be a little bit, what's the word? He needs a little bit of something to box against, being very negative, but then he spurts.
Bit of purpose.
That's it, but then sometimes he's spurting out with 3 to 4 shots, so you can't just come forward recklessly because he will fire back, so he needs to come forward with caution like he is, but it's hard sometimes to pin somebody down, he doesn't want to be pinned down.
Well, we'll see what the next round brings. A relatively animated corner there in the blue corner of Nico Leivars. Grant Smith giving him plenty of instruction, which I'm sure he'll do his very best to put into place. Referee just having a word with the corner team of Darwing Martinez as they were a bit late getting out and the action couldn't continue. So he's just giving him a firm talking to.
Nice body shots there again. Been working the body very well from the start.
Good sharp jab there from Leivars. And it seems that it's his jab, Louis, that helps him really control this fight in terms of tempo, pace, where he wants his man. That's the shot which everything comes off, isn't it?
100%, everything's coming off of that lead hand, whether he be touching, whether he be feinting, whether he be firing the jab. Lovely right hand there as well, followed by the left hook. He seems to be stalking him now. Can hear the corner calling for him to high guard pressure from here, so I think he's going to get stuck in and try and get him out of here now. Oh, needs to be careful though.
He does indeed, because that was a solid right uppercut followed by a lead hook from Martinez. Once again reminding his man that he is there, he's live and he's up for it.
Lovely jab there again.
Leivars throws really, really nice ones and twos. Do you want to start seeing him putting some threes and fours together, or do you think there's too much danger in getting risk in the process? Or getting hit in the process, sorry.
I'd like to see him maybe touching a little bit more, a few more feints, and picking the open shots. But everything seems to be the same tempo at the minute, so I'd like to see a few tempo changes, but boxing very well.
The last few seconds of this round now. Certainly hasn't had it all his own way, Leivars. But has been the better man so far for me. It's got to be a bit demoralising sometimes, hasn't it, Louis, when you've got a man as tough as that in front of you, and you've hit him in the head, you've hit him in the body, you've hit him with your best shot, and they just kind of smile at you. You can just see the colour of their gum shield.
I've had it myself a few times. I mean, with some of these guys that they bring in, and they're made of stone, they just don't go anywhere.
What is your mentality when that happens, though, as a fighter? What's going through your brain? You're just thinking, just going to go through the process, just going to carry on doing what I'm doing?
100%. Like some fighters are not just going to go, you have to break them down over the rounds, and you're not trying to go with one shot, so you have to take a different approach to that and start breaking them down over the rounds, and if it doesn't come, hit and not get hit, and make sure you're winning every round.
But there may not be enough rounds to get Darwing Martinez broken down, but he has been chipping away, has Nico Leivars, as he tries to move to his 7th win. Well, this one, the penultimate round of this one, scheduled for 6. Both fighters with a bit of urgency about them as they come out the corners. Leivars looks like he's just doing little bits and pieces to try and get Martinez to commit, and then he's countering him on his entrance, isn't he? And he's doing it well.
Yeah. It's hard to work out because sometimes Darwing Martinez is coming forward and sometimes being very negative, so it's hard to put a little plan in place for him, really. He's unpredictable.
The same thing isn't going to work every time, is it, with this one?
Definitely not. Here, Grant Smith calling for them touches as well that we was talking about earlier on. Lovely right hand there. Oh, heads.
Martinez chucking his head in, and I've got to tell you, that didn't look like it was accidental.
No, definitely not. He's going for it now. Lovely uppercut there from Leivars. Grant Smith calling for them touches again. That's terrible.
And the referee will certainly have a word now, because that's the second time that's happened this round.
That's not on that. No sportsmanship on that at all.
The referee just having a word with Darwing Martinez to behave himself. And I guess that comes from just a bit of frustration more than anything, Louis.
I think so, but it's yeah, it's not
uncalled for, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, don't want to end up with a big cut there. Could hold him back many months, you know. To be aware of that head. I'd like to see him just being a little bit more careful. Don't want to end up no silly cuts off of Martinez. It's uncalled for.
Got caught there, Leivars. Left hook from Martinez. Who just lunges forward at the end of that round there. But coming up later on, we do have some really good fights, some very good fights indeed. And Ezra Taylor versus Troy Jones is one that you will certainly have your eye on. You might even be sick about talking about it so far, Louis. What are we saying?
I'm really looking forward to that fight, and I'm hoping Ezra Taylor comes through, because I want him next. I want to be the man to dethrone him and show everybody what I'm really about. So I'll have a close eye on that fight. I'm hoping Ezra Taylor comes through, because I really want that fight next.
Briefly, why do you two not like each other?
It's been going back and forth for a long time now. He said some stuff about me, I've said some stuff about him. He believes he'll beat me, I believe I'll beat him. In fact, we know we'll beat him, so we want that, and we want to show everybody it's a real fan favourite fight.
After your last fight, he was in your changing room. You going to do the same tonight?
We'll see what happens, He's got to come through Troy Jones first.
He has, he's got a tough fight. He's got a live opponent in front of him, and so does Nico Leivars in the 6th and final round here. It's taken a bit of a unfortunate turn with headbutts and just being a bit naughty, to tell you the truth. Stuff we don't really like to see in boxing. But this is good work in the opening part of this 6th and final round from Leivars. He's putting his shots together well, Louis.
100%, and both men have come out and they mean business, and this round's the final round, and I think it's a little bit personal between these two after them dirty moves, you know, and both of them want to look like they want to dig down and have a go now. So should be careful when they approach Leivars.
Lunging forward with that right hand, Martinez. Good footwork there from Leivars. Eyes on the prize.
Good shots there from both men.
Both throwing shots of venom. They've both certainly got the hump with each other.
100% they mean business. Good shots there again. One minute left. Good body shot. From where we were sitting, it looked like it landed.
Good, nice work to finish the round from Leivars, but Martinez responds. Leivars looks, I know we're into the last few seconds of this round, but he looks like he really has sussed his man out now. He knows what's coming and when it's coming 95% of the time. Just soaking it up there. He believes he's done more than enough to win this. Big smile on his face. A good performance against a very game and a very tough opponent. But you learn lots from those guys, right?
Good to challenge back there, and really be happy for the rounds later on. Tough game opponent. He's in control for the whole fight really, but good round fight.
After this, what do you think he'll be? What would the process be? You're the fighter here. I guess they'll sit down and look at it. How do you fighters look at these fights? We say learning fights all the time. What is it you learn from them?
I think it's around Indian head game opponent, tough opponent, 6 rounds there, bang. But yeah, probably be looking for a step up after this, so yeah, it's a great opponent for him.
He won't forget this one in a hurry. The shame about a couple of the antics in there, but a solid performance, a very game opponent, and Thomas Treiber is ready to give us the official scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kevin Parker, scores the contest 60-55 for your winner. And still undefeated, Nico Lightning Leivars.